Hey, what's good guys? Welcome back to Best Android Setups. This is episode number 11. We do have a nice selection of setups to go through, so I'm not going to waste your time, but let's go ahead and get into our weekly candid update. As of the recording of this video, we are looking at 7,765 members. So we are moving along slowly but surely. If you guys don't already know, once we reach 10,000 members on that group, I will be giving away something pretty awesome, whether it be a PS4 Pro, an Xbox One S, maybe a 4K TV. You guys know how it goes. It's going to be something really nice, so make sure we get that group up to 10,000 members. But other than that, let's go ahead and get straight into the setups. All right, so our first setup comes to us from Omi. I believe we've had you on the show recently. We are looking at Nova Launcher Prime with grid size of 9x5. We've got a mix of a couple of different icon packs here. We've got the reworking icon pack and the toxic icon pack. The wallpaper here is from Nick Nice over on Google+, but it will be listed down below in the description so you guys can get your hands on that if you'd like. The widgets are from the Minimalist E skin pack for KLWP, and all of this is being run on the Samsung Galaxy Note 5. All right, so I really like what you've got set up here. You have a lot of things going on, but you've kept it nice and uniform, nice and clean. I'm gonna go ahead and start from the top. Up top, you do have a nice diamond-shaped weather widget. That looks pretty nice. Below that, we have date and time. Below that, we have a search widget. And then below that, we have a grid of icons, and this is where you've mixed them up. I do like that. I really like how you've used two different icon packs here on the same home screen. That looks really, really nice, and it just adds some diversity to this whole home screen. All right, so taking a look at what you've got going on below the icons there, while I like the look of it, it just seems a little redundant because you do have the weather up top and now you have it at the bottom, and then at the way bottom you have the time as well. And then in the middle, while you do have a couple of days, there's kind of like a week widget. It still lists the day. So it's a little redundant, but it still does look really nice. And I like the way you've set it up. Now, it's not a bad thing at all. Again, I like the way it looks, but if it were me, I probably would have put maybe a widget that I don't already have, maybe something that displays my battery life because you have hidden your status bar. But other than that, really nice setup. And I like the way you've set everything up. Good job. All right, so our next setup comes to us from Josh. We are looking at Nova Launcher Prime with a grid size of 6x6. Those little circular dots you're looking at are from the Candy Cons icon pack. We do have a few zipper widgets here, but Josh, next time if you could let us know which skins you're using for that. This wallpaper is from Backdrops, and all of this is being run on the Samsung Galaxy S7. All right, so starting off with this wallpaper, I'm definitely a big fan of this one. I've used this one a few times myself on a few of my setups, and I like the fact that you've matched your folders, those little circles there, with the wallpaper. That looks really nice. Now, just like the last setup, we do have a few things that are a little redundant here. So at the bottom of the top widget, we have the date, and then we have that at the bottom as well on that widget in the bottom middle. So just something that kind of grabs me a little bit. Again, it's not a bad thing. It's just something that's kind of like an eyesore, if you will. Again, it's not a bad thing. It's just a little Then below that, I do like that battery widget that you have at the bottom left-hand corner. That looks pretty cool. And the fact that you've decided to mix up your icons is also a great touch as well. You did not list the icon pack that you're using at the bottom there, so if you could let us know, that'd be great. For all I know, that could be a zipper widget though. Now moving on to the next home screen, we have the date here listed twice again. So you have 4 different widgets that show the date. Again, that's not a bad thing at all. It's just something that grabs me. And then below that, we do have the battery level again. Then we have your upcoming events and your weather. And then below that, we have more folders. Again, I really like how you've color coded everything. So mostly everything here is yellow and white to match the wallpaper. But if you look closely at the folders, the ones on the outside are actually orange as opposed to the ones in the middle that are yellow. Those match the wallpaper as well. So really nice touches. The little things make the biggest difference. And yeah, that's a really nice touch. A really nice setup overall. This is really pleasing to the eye, and I like how you've color coded everything so that it all matches really nicely. Great job on your setup, Josh. All right, so our next setup comes to us from Marcelo. We are looking at Nova Launcher Prime with a grid size of 8x6. The folder widgets that you're looking at that are kind of encasing these icons here are actually self-made using some rectangles and some text using Zuper widget. The weather and time widget is from Minimal UI for Zuper. We're also looking at the lines free icon pack. The wallpaper is from Backdrops, but he did blur the wallpaper out using Blur 1. And in the email, he did say that everything is being run on the iPhone 7. No, just kidding. He meant the Nexus 6P. All right, so taking a closer look at this setup, when you really think about it, it's extremely simple. Nothing too crazy here, but at the same time, he made it look really, really nice and very unique. I rarely come across setups quite like this one, where your folders are actually all laid out so you can see each and every icon and you can access them very easily. So I do like that, and everything is sort of migrating towards the right hand side there, so that's a nice touch. Moving on to your next screenshot here, we do have month calendar widget And if you guys are wondering which icon pack he's using for the rest of his system, he's using Candy Cons. And then below that, we do have a music widget. All right, so not a whole lot going on here, but again, I really like this main home screen. I like the fact that you're using the lines free icon pack paired with a blurred wallpaper. That's just a match made in heaven pretty much. So overall, I really like this setup. It's very, very basic, but you made it work. And it looks really nice. All right, so our next setup comes to us from Monish. We are looking at Nova Launcher Prime Beta with a grid size of 10 by 6. We have a couple of Zooper widgets here. We've got Min for Zooper, Flat UI for Zooper, and Minimal UI for Zooper, slightly customized. The clock widget is IO16. The icon pack is the Min icon pack. The wallpaper here is from Inswall, and all of this is being run on the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. All right, so taking a closer look at the setup, again, this one is very, very simple as well. You've got the Min icon pack, unlabeled icons, no status bar, but I like this leaf here in this wallpaper, and I like how you've made it part of your setup by kind of including it with your widget. That is a very nice touch. I like that because everything else in the wallpaper is blurred out besides this leaf. Now moving on to the next home screen. It's been a while since I've seen the IO16 clock widget. I actually featured that in one of my best Android apps videos quite a while ago actually. It's good to see that pop up again, and I like how it matches the wallpaper. And then moving on down, we have a very nice widget which again works very well with this little leaf here. I like that. To the left it says, "Say I'm idiot." Now that's probably a trick to get me to say that, I'm guessing, I don't know, but then it also says hello Monish there, and then off to the right hand side you have your date as well. Moving on below that, we do have some weather, battery, you have what I'm guessing to be upcoming events, and then you have 4 unread Gmails, you have 0 missed calls, and 358 unread text. Wow, you are a popular person. But overall, I really like this setup. And again, using that little leaf as part of your setup is a really nice touch. So I'm definitely a big fan of this one. Great job. All right, so second to last, we have good old Shazin. All right, so while this is running on Nova Launcher, this is a KLWP based setup that apparently took an hour to make. He did state in the email that he actually found a good use for S-Voice. Is that even possible? Wow. All right, so just like last time, he sent over a quick video file so that you guys can get the full effect of what this setup is like. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that right here, right now. Now that right there is really, really awesome. I'm definitely a big fan of that. KLWP is an awesome tool. I just wish I had the time to sit down and mess around with it. But other than that, great job as always on your setup, Shazin. Let's go ahead and get into the last one. All right, so last but not least, we have this setup coming to us from Orold. Now this one here is also a KLWP setup, and I'm just gonna let this play, and I want you guys to see this. This here is crazy. Now that, my friends, is what Android is all about. That was incredibly sick. I'm gonna go ahead and toss up a few screenshots here. This just looks awesome. This looks like nothing I've really ever seen before. The dedication that you put into KLWP is top notch, and I wish that I had your skill. This just looks really, really awesome. This is one of those setups that really just renders you speechless. I really don't know what else to say about this other than that it's sick, disgustingly sick, as you guys know I like to say, and I just love it. I love it. I want this on my phone right here, right now. Orold, you are officially in the Hall of Fame, the Best Android Setups Hall of Fame. Welcome. I believe you are the 4th member. Welcome, my friend. This is awesome. So that's pretty much it, guys. So that wraps it up for Best Android Setups episode 11. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you download the Candid application. Again, if you haven't already, search up the Best Android Setups group and become part of an awesome setup community. And again, if we go on to reach 10,000 members, I'm going to give away something really awesome. You guys will really enjoy it, but we can only make that happen if you spread the word. But anyway, that does it for me. I'll talk to you guys later, and thanks for watching.